what's up.
That shit just gets real loud. I'm like, holy shit.
Our top 5 horror final guys. Piggybacking off of Evil Dead.
Oh God.
You had to say piggybacking when you're talking about guys, huh? Had to say.
At least it's parts. It's done.
Hey,
You dick!
It's a good topic, fellas. I really
yeah. So our top 5 horror final guys. Everybody's giving all the love to the final girls, and I'd love to give love to final girls. But we figured, what about some final guys? The guys that stood the test of time.
Or final boys. Okay.
Final boy. There was some final boys. You could have a final boy.
Did I just do that show?
Hey, it's okay. We're all comfortable with our sexuality. You're married. You have kids. There's nothing wrong with showing a little bit of,
I shouldn't have done that. That's not right.
whichever way you pitch, whichever way you swing, don't make a difference to me.
You're not gonna get no judgment here. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you do go, not the Seinfeld reference. That's all. Ooh, look at that. Ryan starting
right
off
off
strong.
the bat. Ryan Underwood.
Starting off strong.
I'm Atkins the Fog. Look at that. So
Halloween 3. Stop it. Stop it.
I'll throw my number 5.
Right,
All right, I'll throw my number 5 out there. My number 5 from when if you guys watched my top 5 horror movies of the 90s, this was in there because it's still one of my favorite movies to watch from dusk till dawn. Seth.
Oh,
George Clooney.
George. I love him when he punches what's his name in the face at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what? I thought, what? It's just as good as anywhere. Just this place is as good as any. Love that freaking movie.
Love that movie, man. I love it. It's such a fun watch, and that's the one that's always on Pluto too. So every time it's on, I always watch it because I enjoy it.
Which one, Pat? I'm sorry.
My number 5 was final guy was Seth, George Clooney from Dusk Till Dawn.
Nice.
So man, you starting off good, man. Damn, these are good picks.
Start hot.
I guess I have a couple of twofers in my list. My number 5 is we mentioned this movie earlier. Tremors. Went with Earl and Valentine.
Oh,
those dudes kicked major ass in Tremors, man. they made a good duo. Those guys.
Nice.
Right.
So top 5 horror guys, take one. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Sorry. Charlie Brewster from Fright Night, man. Charlie Brewster.
Ooh, he's going to land on my list, too. He's on my list.
Yes.
Very
Fright
nice.
Night, one of the faves. So,
Very
you know what?
nice.
I found this in some of my old
You're
shows.
so cool, Brewster.
Charlie Brewster. What's the actor's name? I already forgot what his name
I
is.
wrote it down. William Ragsdale.
William Ragsdale. That's right.
That's right.
It looks the same when I saw him at a convention.
And that's why I could do this very quickly because that is my number 4. Charlie Brewster from Fright Night.
God damn.
Love that movie, man. We have to do another watch along on this podcast of that.
Yeah, we did do that before, didn't we?
We did it in the last podcast. Yes, we did.
Yes, we'll be back. We're gonna do one.
We shall do it.
You guys are kicking ass. I love you guys. Well, I guess. Oh man, this one was hard. I got some honorable mentions, so I got a long list here.
Yeah, we'll do honorable mentions after. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that I left off.
Dog.
We can definitely do honorable mentions. Sure.
I guess number 4 for me is going to be Hooper and Chief Brody from Jaws, because them two are paddling back in at the end of it all, and it was a good way to end the movie. And damn, those dudes are some badass final guys.
What day is it? Wednesday, I think. Used to hate the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Joe, we have a double. Yes, Brody and Chief Brody and Hooper.
Daily double.
You have to.
Number 4, man. Yep.
Oh, I have to upload the daily double thing from Jeopardy. That'd be hysterical.
Oh no, that's the.
It's the daily double. For my number 3, speaking of what we were talking about earlier, the movie that we reviewed, even though he's not in it, but Ash from Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
Gotta have Ash on that list.
Absolutely.
Love that movie. I remember seeing that for the first time as a kid, renting it from a video store back in the 80s, and I was just like, it was just so much fun.
So good. Yeah.
Such a great movie. I haven't seen the original. Anybody out there hasn't seen the original Evil Dead? Get out from underneath a rock and go watch it.
Man.
You gotta take it for what it is because it's technically Sam Raimi's student film, right? For the most
It's a
part.
student film. Yeah, it was a stop motion animation student film. That's why it's got that weird, which I think adds to it, makes it even more creepier.
It's fucking amazing choice.
Oh, Travis has got a whole list here. The unnamed black guy from the first 3 Purge films, Hicks,
Oh yeah.
Aliens, Justin Long, Jeepers Creepers, Loomis, Halloween, Stephen Freeman, Jason Goes to Hell. Loomis I was thinking that too, but in theory, I was like, he's really not a final guy. Because
Oh, yeah.
if you watch the first Halloween, at no point did Myers try to kill him.
And I'm not saying final people can't die. I'm not really putting any. I didn't
So-
put anybody that dies.
From the other Halloween movies, sure, because he went after him.
Yeah.
So I guess everybody's like, oh, you're thinking like, oh, you're not going to put Loomis on your list. I'm like, oh, he really wasn't. So,
Well,
but
you
that's
know
just
what?
my opinion. It's still a great list.
Yes,
Yeah.
great list.
He got one of my honorable mentions, Dewey from Scream. He got it.
Yeah,
me
he
on
was
that
he
Well,
was
now
gonna be an
he's
honorable
dead
mention.
too.
Yeah, he's dead now
Sorry.
too. Yeah, I thought of Dewey on this list
Yeah.
too. But so who I said Ash. So who went next? Who did you went Joe, right? You're number 3.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, number 3. For you.
You guys are gonna you're gonna love it.
Oh no.
From Halloween, H2O, my man John Strode,
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Heartthrob.
Well, we could talk about him here. That's right.
Thank you. Good night.
We love you all.
The reason why I made this decision was because I remember watching this movie and was just happy that he lived, because in my mind, he's going to go on to a different film and seek revenge and be more of a badass, because he was a chump in this movie, but that never came to fruition.
Taking
Try that Halloween shit with me.
Exactly. So this is something that, he was a great final guy. He made it to the end. I liked it when he punched him a couple times, punched Michael a couple
some
times.
quick jabs, right?
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
kind of stood up and, even though he cried for his mommy in the car, mom.
But Michelle Williams, he cracked him pretty fucking hard in the face with a rock.
Well, and you
Hey.
gotta love his pumpkin pie haircut for like Dumb and Dumber haircut in that movie.
Yeah,
Which is a good segue. Everybody come back on Tuesday night because that's our watch along.
there you go.
It is. But you know what? Oh, that Josh Hartnett, I didn't mind him at all. Sorry, I didn't mind.
Nah, I didn't mind him at all.
Not at all.
It's admittedly not one of my favorite films. Go back and watch my ranking. It didn't land too high up. It was a lot of expectation at the time. I was super excited, but I'll save a lot of the commentary for Tuesday night because we'll be watching it on
He
Tuesday
did
night.
the one vampire movie that was really good. I think Joe, you and I talked about. We both liked that film. What was the
Oh yeah,
movie?
was it something Days of Night or
Yeah,
40 that
40
movie?
Days of Night.
40 Days a Night.
That fucking
Yeah.
movie kicks ass.
It's a good movie.
Shit.
Well, I don't know. I bet not. This one wouldn't be on Pat's list, but I think it would be on Joe's list. How about Andy at the Barclays Center from Child's Play?
Oh, Andy Barclay. He's in my honorable mention list. Absolutely.
I did think of him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't put any kids on this list. No offense to kids, but I didn't have any on this list.
There's
I-
horror boys.
Yeah, I
I
just
know.
think it's because of his
Guys like
growing
little
up.
boys, don't you?
Part 1, 2, 3, and then he's in the new series. So he's still, he's still trudging along for the most part. He's kicking ass,
Oh,
even
yeah,
as an
big
adult.
names.
Yeah.
My first.
Freddie Harris.
Oh God, my first
Yeah.
thought as a when the child was, I was going to say Danny from The Shining, but I
God damn it! That was on my. That's my
I just-
honorable mention too.
I just
You were gonna
yeah.
say Danny from Halloween 6. Your journey begins.
the journey
Hey.
begins. Freddie Harris, in all seriousness, he has the most arc in one film of any other character. Travis, have you ever read the Taking Shape 2? Go read Taking Shape 2 if you haven't, because they were going to pick up. There's several treatments with Freddie Harris going on further that they were going to do after Halloween abortion.
And to add on to that, Pat, there's several entries with John Strode too.
With John
Taking
Strode
Shape
too.
2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was you. You just went, right, Brett? That was your number 3.
Yes.
Was Child's
Andy
Play.
Barclay. Yeah.
My number 2. Now there's 2 people that played this part, the child and the adult, but I'm going with the adult. Tom Matthews is Tommy Jarvis, Friday the 13th.
Fuck, that's a good choice, dude. Good
Yeah,
fucking
The
choice.
Tom Matthews Friday 6 is the good Tommy Jarvis. Yeah.
Dude, that
I had to
rocks,
throw
dude.
some Friday the 13th love out there because I love me some part 6.
Even though I don't mind the Tommy Jarvis in Part 5 where the one guy keeps on just hitting him in the chest with the fist and he fucking goes off on him.
Yeah, because I like Part 5 too, but that's why I specifically said it's the Tom Matthews Tommy Jarvis. Yeah, not the guy that was supposed to be Tommy Jarvis in Part 5 that looked like he should have been in his 30s.
Yeah.
Dude. Shit. Well, I think my number 2, Pat. I think you're really gonna like this one, dude. This movie is a personal favorite of mine. The movie The Hitcher. I went with that guy Jim.
See Thomas Howell?
Yeah. Yes. Hell
That was
yeah.
going to be one of my honorable mentions.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that movie-
that's such a great movie.
He was up against this psycho, John freaking Ryder, and it was such a good film, and he fucking maintained the entire film. You saw him progress from
Unbelievable.
like early from start to finish, man. He's a badass character, man. That guy is great. Fuck.
Good stuff.
I have not seen the remake. How was the remake? Did anybody see the remake?
It's
It's Dookie. It's hot steaming pallid cow dung.
yeah, you switch the roles with the female and the male, so the male is the one that gets split. Sorry to tell you that, Pat. I'm spoiling.
No, I'll probably watch it just for shits and giggles, but I haven't seen it.
Sean Bean wasn't bad. He plays the role pretty good, but Rutger Hauer just he personified that villain role. That's just
He
such
did.
a-
He
He's
was
the
so
best.
great in that.
He's the best.
What are we at? Number 2, right? Yeah, this is
Number
where I'm
2.
at Tommy Jarvis. So most specifically, yeah, Part 6, Jason Lives. So Tom Matthews, yes. The
Tom
guy had
Tyler
a,
said, for me, Child's Play is the dumbest cop ever. Well, it's Chris Sarandon from our beloved Fright Night.
yes.
Oh wow.
Every choice he makes is hilariously awful.
And Princess Bride, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right.
right. Best final guys work because they lack sense of danger and are inherently good at heart. Their brashness and lack of awareness to danger making them likable. Yeah, and the final guys don't get enough love like the final girls do.
They don't.
They really don't. My number 1.
This is the Me Too movement for final guys.
I seriously, yeah, we're all woke. This podcast is woke. So my number 1, albeit it's could be a little bit predictable, but when I was thinking about it, we thought about this, the first person that popped in my head was my beloved Tom Atkins, Dr. Daniel Chalice. H3.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh.
That is that's the first when we talked about this, he was the first person that popped in my head.
And that I should have put him on my list, Pat. I didn't. That's insulting too, because the
He's-
mustache is the best.
Yeah, he's honorable mention all day, man.
And
Fuck.
somebody had in there the fog. Yeah, right there. Ryan threw it out there.
Yeah.
Tom Atkins
The
in the fog.
castle.
That's Nick Castle
Right.
in the fog. Yeah.
That's right. Man,
What do you got, Big Joe?
You guys' lists are just amazing. I mean, yeah, I had to go. I have a couple more honorable mentions, but my number I already did my number 2. Okay, my number 1. Dun dun dun! Surprise, surprise! Ash motherfucking Williams, from the Evil Dead franchise. I mean, what can be said? He's iconic. His you can't take him away from those films. He is what it is. His essence still lives in the franchise to this day. So that was my number 1 choice, man. I had to go there.
And Joe, I'm with you. That's number 1. Ash Williams. Joe, we're doing pretty good here, bud.
Look at you guys.
Yeah, man. Groovy, baby.
You
Groovy.
can't any horror movies or splatter, whatever you want. He's the first one you think of. For me, it is. And talking about these new Evil Dead movies recently, the remake and the new one, it was kind of just fitting that we had this topic because it's even if we weren't going to talk about those other films, he's the first one I think of. Just
Mhm.
There's no way to
is.
get around it. There's no way to get around it. No
Yeah.
way. And I mean, this is such a fun topic, man, because there's so many final guys or whatever in these movies that kind of just get lost. I mean, for me, and this one was kind of hard and getting into honorable mentions. I don't know if he counts, but just to me was just why not fucking Patrick Bateman from fucking American Psycho. Like,
yeah.
because everything that
Yeah.
happened it's up for interpretation. Like, was this all going on in his head, or was it something that really happened? Or so to me, he survived his own nightmare in a way. I don't know. So he's a final guy, I guess, right?
I'm surprised but none of us put Kurt Russell and Keith David from The Thing.
From The Thing, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah, I
fantastic
just put up a list from the internet because I figured we'll throw some honorable mentions out there, and that was on there too. Yeah,
That's-
I saw
And
that.
Great.
if you saw that list too, one I was thinking about putting was Fool from People's Under the Stairs.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw that.
yes.
That was on this list too.
He's
But
great.
he's the final boy too, I guess.
Yeah.
There's Mike and Phantasm,
Oh yeah, damn.
Hooper and Brody and Jaws.
Yeah. Remember from the Lost Boys, you got Sam and Michael, the
Yeah,
brothers.
that was on this list. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
they're
an
great.
honorable mention for sure. Yeah.
They're fucking badass.
And I didn't put this on my list because I'm not the biggest fan of it. But Jess and Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mark Patton. Yeah.
You know, he was billed as the first Scream King, if you will, right? Am I wrong in saying that? There was a
Or
documentary.
Scream
on that.
Queen, depending on how you want to.
Yeah, however you want to call it. And I wonder that's why he didn't make my list. Maybe because I'm just not. I guess Part 2 just isn't a good movie enough for me. I
didn't
guess.
really like it. Yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't
so
put it on my
maybe
list.
that's why he's not on my list because the film doesn't really resonate as these other films do for me. So
How much Tom Atkins sounds like Will Ferrell when he yells, "Stop it!" Yeah.
hey, we forgot a big duo, Sean and Ed from Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, I'm surprised you didn't have that on your list.
Yeah.
thought
I
for
was
sure you'd have
gonna.
that.
It was on my
Oh, damn,
honorable
yeah.
mention, but there's so many. But those guys are, man, great final guys.
There's
Sean.
Lewis Creed in Pet Cemetery, the dad.
Or Ken Forey in Dawn of the Dead. What's the character's name? You could throw him in there.
Bill
Yeah,
in Society.
yeah.
Oh, they had this on. Yeah, Seth and from Dusk Till Dawn. I had that on my list.
Tom Hanks in The Burbs.
Yes. That's a beaut right there.
That's the bit
Kate-
right there.
Casey and the Faculty. Oh, John Strode was in this list from
There you
H2O.
go.
Couldn't you put Zach Gallagher from Gremlins?
You could.
You could, sure.
You could. You really could. Dave
see,
Bautista from Army of the Dead. He kicked major ass in that movie. Have y'all seen that?
Mhm.
The zombie movie and that movie's just
Oh,
top
Shaun
notch.
of the Dead's on here yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
then this
see.
guy Paxton from in Hostel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see. Just trying to go through some of the decent ones here. Arkin, I thought of him, Arkin and the Collector, because I love the Collector movies.
I just
Use
thought
Arnold from End of Days.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just thought of Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Hey, isn't that a Stephen King book? Am I stupid in saying that? I don't even
How
know.
about James Caan, Paul Sheldon from Misery? Oh,
Yeah, that's
man.
right.
Oh.
Do you think they count as final guys if they die but come back as ghosts?
So Patrick Swayze, if you can ghost, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Swayze
That is too funny.
or Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan,
Oh yeah, that's right. Obi-Wan. Shit.
or what do you call it? Well, it wasn't Scatman Crothers in Doctor Sleep. It was the guy playing him, Dick Halloran.
Ooh.
What other
Oh.
ones are on this
Yeah,
list?
Travis, I haven't seen End of Days in a long time, but yeah, I think of Arnold with that. But doesn't Arnold technically die in that movie too? Even though it doesn't matter. I don't.
No. Hey, what's his name? I can't remember the character's name, but Clint Eastwood in Escape from Alcatraz. He played what's his name?
what
Frank
the hell?
Frank Morris.
God
Frank
damn, we're
Morris.
going with jail guys now.
Well, Jailbirds now. We've gone Jailbird.
Those movies are so good.
Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder and Stir Crazy. Here we go.
Hey, tell me that movie Escape from Alcatraz wasn't kind of eerie. It was kind of creepy.
Well,
It was-
based
Oh, it's
on true
great.
stuff.
Yeah, it
Based
was
on true
fucking.
shit, too.
Yeah, man, that movie was scary as a kid.
Oh, Chris in Get Out. That's another one. That's another one.
That's a popular one. Yeah.
Let's see. Tom and Delirium.
Rambo and First Blood.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Major Payne. He's you turds. You know about some turds. You maggot.
Arnold dove on a sword, I think. Did he?
I saw it once.
End of
and I-
Days. End
yeah.
of Days.
Yeah, I only saw it once.
End of Days is a good movie. Have y'all seen End of Days, right?
I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
it once. I gotta go back and
Long
revisit
time
it.
ago.
Oh, hey, dude, you're a fucking quiet boy compared to me. A fucking quiet boy.
Come on.
He's like, you want
Come
to fuck?
on!
You want to fuck with me? Huh? Like, you're a fucking quiet boy. It's one of my favorite lines.
I'm sure there's more that we're missing. I can't even think of them.
Oh,
now.
I can only imagine how many
Oh.
more we're missing. And
How about John Stockwell and Christine? Bing.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think of that. That's
good,
great.
man.
That's
Shit.
damn good.
Fuck,
And that
man,
wasn't there rumblings of a Christine remake too? Since we were talking about remakes
They've
earlier.
been talking about it. I hope he shows up at the big. They're doing the big Christine reunion at Flashback this year. So,
Who's going to be there?
well, not Keith Gordon yet, but what's her name? Adriana Paul, Alexandra Paul, whatever. And then the two bully guys are going to be there.
Isn't that Cunningham's car?
Cunningham.
Oh my
The
God.
car's going to be there. Oh, they announced Alan Howard too, so go see a concert probably. That'll be fun. I got to think about now for future shows with this thing. This is fun.
Awesome. That's our
That's
top
pretty good.
5 final horror final guys, I should say.
Action.
Thanks for watching our latest top 5 from an episode of That Horror Movie Podcast. We do That Horror Movie Podcast every Sunday night live at 8 p.m. on this channel. And every week we feature a top 5 that we all do together and share live with everybody in the chat. So if you have any ideas, by all means, drop them in the comments below. Like this video. It helps everybody find this channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And we will see you on Sunday nights.